Mic test, mic test, mic test, mic test, mic test, mic test. Mic test, 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 mic test. Okay. Okay. We've been lazy lately, so we need to get over with this. All right. Let me change a few things first before we go on. Will it be here? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Today we're doing chapter 8, and we've been, like I said earlier, we've been lazy, and we need to get over with a bunch of these chapters because we are not supposed to be taking this long to finish this book. So we're going to hit a bunch of chapters today, and we're going to read and then do the exercises. All right. We are in chapter 8 if you want to keep up. Let me put it back up. Wait. What's going on with this? Okay, there we go. All right, it's back up now. So, chapter 8, any self-respecting hacker must be able to write scripts. For that matter, look at us. For that matter, any self-respecting Linux administrator must be able to script. Hackers often need to automate commands, sometimes from multiple tools, and this is all most efficiently done through short programs they write themselves, scripts. All right, in this chapter, we build a few simple bash shell scripts to start you off with scripting. We'll add capabilities and features as we progress, eventually building a script capable of finding potential attack targets over a range of IP addresses. To become an elite hacker, you also need the ability to script in one of the widely used scripting languages, such as Ruby. Exploits are written in Ruby, Python. Many hacking tools are Python scripts, or Perl. Perl is the best text manipulation scripting language. I give a brief introduction to Python scripting in chapter 17. A crash course in Bash. Okay. Okay, we're going to decrease this a little bit. We don't need the whole thing, do we? Let me see. Again, like the book said, what's most important is that we recognize the PID. We like tap PIDs being 17, I mean 177202. Of course, that's going to take time to, realize them or understand them. So, like, or now you can just stay like that, but we're going to push this in like that. But do we really need that when we already have this here? Yes, yes, we do. It looks cool when I open my text. And I'm having issues with my mouse. Might need a new mouse. Oh my gosh. Might need a new mouse. All right. Well, luckily for me, I don't want to be using Mac mouses when using this. So I'm going to see if I could. What's this? Desktop. Okay, clear that. Okay. Gonna clear all of that. So we're gonna start from the start. ls there. Not ls. Sorry. cd over there. Or just cd to the root. All right. Okay, let's get over with this. Okay, the advantage of shell is that you perform these tasks immediately from the computer and not through an abstraction like a GUI, which allows you to customize your task to your needs. A number of different shells are available for Linux, including Korn shell, the Z shell, and the C shell, and the Born Again shell, most widely known as Bash. Because the Bash shell is available on nearly all Linux and Unix distribution, including macOS and Kali, we'll be using the Bash shell exclusively. The Bash shell can run any system commands. Okay, so Bash will runs on Linux and or macOS, and I believe Power PowerShell, PowerShell. Yeah, I think PowerShell runs on Windows. Okay. All right. This bash shell can run on system commands, utilities, or application. Your usual command line can run, but it also includes some of its own built-in commands. Table 8.1 later in the chapter gives you a reference of some useful commands that resides within the bash shell. All right. In earlier chapters, you used the cmd pwd set and unmask command. In this section, I will be using two more commands, the echo command, first used in chapter 7, which displays messages to the screen. Okay, that's all we should have probably used echo for the for the scheduling and stuff, but yeah, we learn as we go. Screen and the read command, which reads in data and stores it somewhere else. Just learning these two commands alone will enable you to build a simple but powerful tool. You'll need a text editor to create shell scripts. A text editor is a program that can edit plain, unformatted text like Notepad in Windows or TextEdit in macOS. You can use whichever Linux text editor you like best. Popular hardware choices include VI, Vim, Emacs, Gedit, Kate, and so on. I'll be using the LeafPad in this notebook as I have in previous chapter. Using a different editor should not make any difference in your scripts or its functionality. So we can use Vim, but my only problem with Vim is that I don't know how to use it. Scrolling down is like H. Like look at that. It's annoying to use Vim. For me, it's freaking annoying because I want to learn it. Of course, I want to learn it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to learn it, but it's just look at that. Look at that. How do you even exit, man? Do you like type exit? Oh my gosh, bro. Vim is just something else, man. Let's see. X and exit Vim. Press enter and exit Vim. Exit. Type QA. Look at that. Look at that. We'll learn a little bit. We learn a little bit. The plan is to learn how to use Vim and this most efficient way. In the meantime, you can just use Nano since it's much more easier to understand. But I don't know if I have Python. Let me see. I also have no, it runs over here. Okay. Nano will work. No problem. All right. All right. Your first script, Hello Hacker Arise. For your first script, we will start with a simple program that returns a message to the screen that says Hello Hackers Arise. Open your text editor and let's go. To start, you need to tell your operating system which interpreter you want to use for the script. To do this, enter a shell bank, which is combination of a hash mark and an exclamation mark, like so. So hash mark and exclamation mark. All right. You then follow okay, that's big enough. All right. You then follow the shank bank with /bin/bash. I don't like this keyboard that I'm using. It's not the type of keyboard that I like using. Bash to indicate that you want the operating system to use the bash shell interpreter. As you'll see in later chapter, you could use the hash bank. You could use the hash bank. You could use the hash bank to use other interpreters such as Perl or Python. Here you want to use the bash interpreter, so you enter the following. All right. I did not have on the what is it? The space here. So maybe that will might have created some issues. Bash. Next, enter the echo command. Echo. This is my and also it's like it's one of the best. Where are they? Okay. Okay, so there is one of the best practices in programming is that you always use comments. Comments, not commands, but you use comments to kind of let know whoever else is ever gonna look at your code or script, kind of to explain what you were doing or you're thinking. But and to make a command looks like it's that. This here is a comment, not command. Okay, this here is a comment. I will attempt to print something. All right. So we use echo hello, this is me. All right, and we're finishing with that. Hold on, let me see. Maybe like living like this was for the best. Echo still doesn't make any change. Did not make any change. So okay, we will just find out once everything is done. Okay, here you see a line. It's preceded by a hash mark. Okay, yeah. Maybe you need that. This is comment. Gosh, comment. Oh my gosh. which is a note. Leave yourself or anyone else reading the code to explain what you're doing in the script. Programmers use comments in every coding language. These comments are not read or executed by the interpreter. So you don't need to worry about messing up your code. They are visible only to human. The bash shell knows a line is a comment if it starts with the hashtag character. Now save this file as hello hackers arise with no extension. Ah, okay. Oh, maybe the what is it called again? The the shebang is what does that. So normally when you save the file, you will save it like that py, that bash, that C++, something like that. Although it's different with C++. That's what you will normally do. So we can just write it out as hello new, just like that. Error writing. Oh shoot. Permission. Wait. What did I do to my permissions? Seems like I don't have a permission to. Right. Error writing hello new. Permission denied. Well, that is interesting. How can Oh well, I believe I am in the roots. Okay. Probably because I was in the roots folder. Okay, let's exit out and no. So let's move let's move up to home. Hold on. User 1 cd user 1. Okay. All right, now we are in our, in our folder. Now here we can do the thing that we needed. So hashbang first /bin/bin/bash. All right, and then comment this. This is our first thing script. Sorry. All right, and in this script we said echo hello there traveler. That's how we first use, and then we scroll out and then we say hello equals new. All right, there, and now it printed. That's something we learn from our permission stuff. So that's nice that we are able to use that, and then we can exit out of this. All right. Okay, so what do they want us to say? Setting execute permissions. By default, a newly created bash script is not executable even by you, the owner. Let's see. Hello new. We have it there. I forgot how we check. Okay. -L. Okay. Maybe like that. So hello new. Okay. Yeah, we only have read and write. We don't have execute. Okay. Yeah. Okay. He was not lying. Okay. By default, the newly created bash script is not executable even by you, the owner. Let's look at the permissions on our new file in command line by using the cd to move into directory and then entering ls-that. It looks something like this. Yep. As you can see, our new file has a read, write, read, 644 permissions. Oh, shoot. I gotta keep that in mind. Yeah. Well, for me, it's more like 664. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. This file has read and write permissions, but no one execute permissions. This group the group and all other users have only read permissions. We need to give ourselves execute permission in order to run this script. We change the permission with the chmod command, as you saw in chapter 5, to give the owner, the group, and all other execute permissions into the following. Well, I will only do chmod. That 4 is for oh shoot, for user ID, and the 4 is for group. No, yeah, user, and 2 will be for like group. So for this, I'm gonna give ourselves. We're trying to give ourselves. We need to execute it, and the user 5. Okay, I'm gonna do what he said. So okay, for now, I'm just gonna do what he said. All right, there we go. Now if we do l-l, that changes to read write, read write, read. Oh, that was a different one. Read write x. Okay, we got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. Now we do a long listing on the file. Like so, we can see there's execute permission. The file will also be in green, another indicator of its execute permissions. The script is now ready to run. Running hackers arise. To run out simple script, enter the following: // hello new. Hello there, traveler. Oh my gosh, that's so much easier. So what if I say no. What if I add now, +1 minutes, that / hello new. Oh, that's in the control D. Oh no, I forgot. I have to do that. And then that / hello new. Okay, and then control D. All right. Job 10 at Wednesday 12/18/33. Okay, so let's switch into 1833 to try and see if he will do something, if he will print something. Okay, I still did not know. I still haven't been able to print something out of that. So let's see if he will do it. Let's just give it a second. All right. All right, and I intend for this. Okay, there we go. 1033. Anything happened? We had in a little spike. Like, okay, there. Like we had a little spike in CPU, or okay, let me close it out. Let me close it out and see. Okay, it still does not. It still does not, print for us, but that's for another day. Again, we will work on it again. Okay. That / before the file tells the system that we want to execute this script in the file. We want to execute this script in the file hello hacker arrives from the current directory. It also tells the system that if there is another file in another directory named hello hacker arrives, please ignore it and only run. Okay, that's a good command, because we might, it might happen that you have two different not two different, but like, yeah, two different, but they have the same name in different directories. They could have the same name but with kind of like different scripts. Now what I want to do is to like create a script that does more than just echo. Create a script that doesn't just print out something, but that's for the future, right? We will do that later. Okay, place it is me. It seem and okay. Actually, in the current it may seem unlikely that there's another file with the same name on your system, but it's good practice to use that when executing files, as this localizes the file execution to the current directory, and many directories will have duplicate files in them, such as start and setup. When we press enter, our very simple script returns our message to the monitor. Success, you just completed your first shell script. Yay! Okay, now, okay, so we do, you open your text editor, you create you do a shebang slash bin slash, the other thing, slash bash, so to tell that we want to use the bash scripting language. Okay, all right, that's good, okay. Now we have a simple script. All it does is echo back a message to standard output. If you want to create more advanced script, we will likely need to add some variables. A variable is an area of storage that can hold something in memory. That something might be some letters or words, strings or numbers. It's known as a variable because the values held within are changeable. This is an extremely useful feature for adding functionality to a script. In our next script, we will add functionality to prompt the user their name, place whatever they input into a variable, then prompt the user for the chapter they're at in this book, and place that keyword input into a variable. After that, we'll echo a welcome message that includes their names and the chapter back to the user. Okay, open a new file in your text editor. Okay, so I'm going to just create like a directory slash a folder here that I'm just going to put in my scripts. Okay, make dir, let's do scripts. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to, script into it. All right, there we go. Now we're going to create this new one. All right, so we do our shebang. And I think if we don't want to be, creating this shebang every single time, we could probably have like an extension in the name, All right, we'll try that out after we're done with this. Okay. All right, so it looks like they already have it already has the scripts written. So I'm going to write it. I've never used what's it called, bash before, so like this is my first time, really never learned it. This is a simple a simple question and answer program. I ask for name, and then I will display it back. Okay, all right. Let me just update y'all to where I am now. I am done here. Okay, all right. So it's echo. This prints out. What is your full name? Okay, I'm not gonna do like that. And then we have read. Okay. All right, so this is how you program. Okay, this line below asks for the user's name. This line below will get users input. So read chapter. What's hold on, echo, welcome. Okay, and now okay, I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, welcome dash, I mean like name to chapter of Linux basic for hackers. Okay. Okay. Echo. So this line below will get the users. This is the line that will get the users. Okay. So what do I do? Control K. And then here Control U. Okay. All right. And just getting used to that. All right. Okay, and then we can just write it out, right? Okay, we open with shebang to tell the system we want to use the bash interpreter for this script. We then add a comment, okay, that describes the script and functionality. After that, we prompt the user for their name and ask the interpreter to read their input and place it into a variable we call name. Exactly. So it's my fault. I was reading something different. Okay. What is your name? And then we're going to not reach, but this is what happens when you're coding. Read name. Okay. Because that name is a variable, and which is right over here, and we call back that variable here. Okay. And then we're going to do another echo read. What chapter are you on? And then read chapter. I like that. Okay, basically that's it. Yeah, this line asks for the user's name and the chapter they are reading. Okay. All right. Do that. In the final line, we construct a line of output that welcomes the reader by their name to the chapter they are on. We use the echo command and provide the text we want to display on the screen in double quotes. Then to fill in the name and the chapter number the user entered, we add the variables where they should appear in the message. As noted in chapter 7, to use the value contained in the variables, you must precede the variable name with the symbol, with the hash, with the dollar symbol. I don't remember about that in the chapter 7, but anyways, we rushed over chapter 7, so it's our fault, my fault. Not reach again. Why did I write reach? It's read. Okay, save this file as welcome script.sh. Okay. Why did we? Don't forget to give yourself executive permissions. Oh my God. Will we be doing this every single time that we do that? Do we have to do that every single time? Oh my gosh. Okay. welcome that BH, no SH. Okay, all right, so let's get out of here. Okay, and now we're going ch mod 755. I think it was welcome that sh. All right, and now what we do is welcome that sh. Oh, iYeso. iYeso. What chapter are you on? Chapter 8, baby. Welcome to chapter 8 of Yay! As you see, your script taking input from your user, placed it into variables, and then use those inputs to make a greeting for the user. This is a simple script. This is that, but it taught you how to use variables and take input from the keyboard. These are both crucial concepts in scripting that you will need to use in more complex scripts in the future. Okay, your very first hacker script, scan for open ports. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now that you have some basic scripting skills, let's move to some slight more advanced scripting that has real world application to hacking. Okay, we'll use an example from the world of black hat hacking. Black hat hackers are those with malicious intentions, such as stealing credit card numbers or defacing websites. White hat hackers are those with good intentions, such as helping software developers or system administrators make their system more secure. Gray hat hackers are those who tend to move between the two extremes. Maybe I might be a gray one, okay? You never know. I might want to be the gray one. Before you continue, you need to become familiar with the simple yet essential tool named Nmap that comes installed on Kali Linux by default. You likely heard the name. Nmap is used to probe a system to see whether it is connected to the network and finds out what ports are open. From the open ports discovered, you can surmise what services are running on the targeted system. This is a crucial skill for any hardware or system administrator. In this simple form, the syntax for running Nmap scan looks like this. Nmap, type of scan, target IP, optionally target port. Okay. We are getting far. We are getting far. Now this is in the territory of where I'll be asking myself if I should have something like this on YouTube. That's where you start asking yourself those type of questions. Okay. Not too difficult. The simplest and most reliable Nmap scan is the TCP connect scan, designated with the -st switch in Nmap. So, if you wanted to scan IP addresses with the TCP scan, you enter the following. Okay. Let's do it with that. Okay. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh, script. What do you mean? There's no such files as that. Okay, there we go. All right. So, no, we're not. Almost sitting laid back. That's not what we're going to be doing today. We are not about doing that. That makes us lazy and want to, sit down, not do anything. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So we can use the nmap. I don't know if we have the right to use nmap. Nmap dash st 190. My gosh. 192 dash 168 dot 181.1. Okay, starting nmap. Okay, slash http slash nmap.org 2025. So that's it as a start. Okay, well, we got the book here to read. Scans report. Or 1000 scans ports or are unique node states. As shown, 10 state ports non-responsive, done 1 IP address, 1 host up, scanned in 21 seconds. Take things further. If you want to perform a TCP scan of your address, look into what the port 3306, the default port for MySQL, was open. You could enter the following: -p 3306. Okay, ports. Let me see. Oh, it's not saying anything, my guy. Okay, maybe let me try my. I don't even know if it's my IP address anymore. I really do not know. So we're just going to see what it says. Anybody there? All right. Okay. All right. Now let's try. Forgot. Okay. Let's. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Shoot. Oh shoot. Now I did change this to something else. When I was like changing my stuff, changed into something that I probably should not have done that. So it is nmap. Shoot, you still can't see my command. Okay. Oh my gosh, brother. Okay, so we can do that. The okay, let's do that. CCP scan. Okay. Map scan reported latency modes, ports are unique node state. I don't know what that means really. I really do not. So alright then. There are things. Scan. Um, host is up. Okay. Closed. MySQL state close. Filtered state TCP/filtered. Okay, so what does it mean when the state is closed? Okay, let's read a little bit. Okay, port you want to scan for, go ahead. Okay, at the time of this writing, there is a hacker serving time in U.S. federal prison by the name of Max Butler, known as Max Vision throughout the hacker world. Max was kind of a gray hat hacker by day. He was an IT security professional in Silicon Valley, and by night he was stealing and selling credit cards numbers to the black market. At one time, here in the world's largest credit card market, Carter's Market. Now Max is serving up to 13 years term, and Trump can just give him a pardon. While at the same time assisting the computer emergency responder team in Pittsburgh with defending against hackers. Wow, that's nice. A few years before Max was caught, he realized that the Aloha points of sales system used by many small restaurants had a technical support backdoor built into it. In this case, the backdoor enabled tech support to assist their clients. Aloha Tech Support could access the end user systems through ports 5505 to provide assistance when the user called for help. Max realized that if he found a system connected to the internet with the Aloha POS system, he could access the system with sysadmin privileges through port 5505. Max was able to enter many of these systems and steal tens of thousands of credit card numbers. Eventually, Max was wanted to find every system that had ports 5005. Let me see, do I? Oh, that's. Oh, it's closed. Let me see. What about this? Port 505. Filtered. I don't know why it keeps on saying filtered. You know? It is filtered. All right. I did my little testing and I found out what I need to find out or whatever. Our task is to write a script that will be nearly identical to Mac's scripts, but rather than scan for port 5505, as Max did, our script will scan for system connected to the ubiquitous online database MySQL. That MySQL is an open source database used behind millions of websites. We'll be working with MySQL in Chapter 12 by default. MySQL uses ports 3306. Databases are in golden fleece that nearly every black hat hacker is seeking, as they often contain credit card numbers and personality identifiable information, PII. This is very valuable on the black market. Okay, so before we start to write scripts to scan public IPs across the internet, let's take on a much smaller task. Instead of scanning the globe, let's first write a script to scan for port 3306 on a local area network to see whether our script eventually works. If it does, we can easily edit it to the much larger task. In your text editor, enter the script shown listing. All right. Now this is serious. Okay, so we're going to sit into scripts. All right. No. All right. So what's the script? Bum /bin/bash. Okay. This script is designed to find hosts with MySQL installed. All right, so nmap nmap dash st 192 dot 168 dot 161.81 dot 0 slash 24, okay, dash p 3306, and then send to guest dev slash null dash og SQL. Okay, my SQL scan. Will it like create a new folder? I mean a new file. Okay, and then cat my SQL scan filter. I mean, what's it called? Pipe grep open my SQL scan 2 cat my SQL scan 2. So why does it okay. Oh, okay. So from before reading, I'm just gonna try to explain what this does. So nmap scans it. We include also the mask. It scans for the port that's open, for the port 3306, and then he sends that. Writes the result into dev slash new dash og my scan. That's one part that I didn't. This is one part that I do not know nor understand, so I cannot speak up on it. And then yeah. And then it does cat. Forgot what does cat. What cat does? What does cat do? What does cat do? Cat. Is it display? It opens. It either opens or writes to. I don't know. I forgot. It opens or writes to. Okay. I forgot what cat does. Okay. Once I figure out that I don't really need to use it that much, I did not think about it. I probably need to use it, but anyways, into MySQL scan, okay, and then it grabs, which is it filters on the open ports, and if the ports are open, it writes it to MySQL scans 2, and now that opens MySQL. This shows us the MySQL 2 results, basically. So we don't have to see all of the ports. We just see what we need to see. At least that's how I understand it. Okay, when the script, we start with the script shebang and interpreter to use. Let's follow this comment to explain what the script does. We follow it by a comment that explain what the script does. Okay. You are lagging behind. Simple scanner. Yeah, we were here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now let's use the nmap command to request a TCP scan on our LAN, looking for port 3306. Note that your IP addresses may differ. In your terminal, use the ifconfig command on Linux of the ifconfig command on Windows to determine your IP address. The redirected symbol tells the standard nmap output, which usually goes to this go to the screen, to instead go to the dev slash null. That's what I said, which is simply a place to send outputs so that it disappears. Oh, we're doing this on a local machine, so it doesn't matter so much. But if you were to use the script remotely, you want to hide the nmap output. We then send the output of the scan to a name file MySQL scan in a grepable format, meaning a format that grep can work on. The next line displays the MySQL scan file we stored the output in and then pipes that output to grep to filter for lines that includes the keyword open. Then we put those lines into a file named MySQL scan2. Finally, you display the contents of the file MySQL scan2. This final file should only include lines of output from nmap with hosts that have port 306 open. Save this file as MySQL scanner.sh and give yourself executive permissions with your chmod. So we'll be doing that every single time. I will find a way not to do that. That's gonna be boring. You know, that's gonna be boring real fast. Real fast. Okay, let's try that out. MySQL scan that sh again, was it? That's what? That's sh. There we go. All right. Get me out of here. Hold on. Nano MySQL scan.sh. Hold up. Why does this look like that? Oh, Aj. Okay. All right. And then we do chmod. Yay. All right. And then we can finally execute it. All right. We do the /mysql scan.sh. So what I did was I put in the IP address that comes with this thing, right? -mysql scan-sh. Yeah, that's about right. Please don't take such a long time. Well, then again, I didn't use my IP address, okay? So that could be a problem. All the IP address of this computer, I don't know really. I do not understand them yet. I refuse to research. Not that I refuse, it's just that I'm not doing my research as I should be, Man. Well, this thing ain't doing anything. What's happening? It didn't bring in any result. Okay, and I think both of you and I know why it didn't bring in any results. So let's make it bring in some results, shall we? All right. I'm going to have you now to see this. All right. Shoot. It might freeze out. It might freeze us out. It might. I hope it doesn't crash though. Okay, so as you can see, there's a spike in the there is a spike here. All right, we saw a spike before I opened it. There's a spike, so that means it did something. It did do something, but it's just that we couldn't see what it did. So let's go back to it and let's make some few changes. That's shoot. I forgot what my IP or the IP address was. Is that it? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let me see. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Let me check again. All right, seems like it's correct. All right, let's do that. Oh. What was it? OG? Man, let me make sure that I didn't write that wrong. Yeah, OG. SQL scan. And then cat. My SQL scan. Grep. Open. MySQL scan to cat MySQL scan. Okay. All right. Okay. So we can do this now. Bruh. My gosh. Well, there are two of them now. So let me well, no, it should just be one. MySQL scan.sh. It's not giving me anything, man. MySQL scan.sh. Exactly what I put it as. I'm not getting any results, y'all. As you can see, this script was able to identify only online with your results may differ depending on whether any ports are running MySQL installation in your local network, of course. Well, I don't have I'm not using. Oh, hold on though. Okay, last time when we did the test, what was his results? Yeah, he didn't show us what result he got. Because for mine was like it was close results. You know what I'm saying? My gosh. Oh. MySQL scan. Come on, please do something. Do something. At least before I change my. 10. I don't have. Okay. I think I see what could be wrong. I think I see what could be wrong. Um, I think I see what could be wrong. But I don't know how I'm going to fix that. Fix is it gonna be 64? Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. 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 That was. I see what he did. Assuming. Okay, maybe that's not it. Maybe it is dash 32. I did not know my getaway mask. I don't know it. I don't know which one it was. So I had to. It's what I was missing. I did not have it in the script. I guess you need it. Shoot, I just made some changes that were. That's good. Okay, maybe I was wrong. No, maybe I was right. Okay, illegal net mask. Yeah, I did not know my net mask. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I did to my net mask. I went and did some changes, but I think when my net mask is correct, like I don't see any. Well, that did some scan. It did some scanning, but it returned no result again. So for me, I think it is that it's my what is it? My ooh, my script is correct and everything is correct, but it's just that there isn't any, SQL thing on my. But then again, that's impossible because my SQL is pretty much, it could be on pretty much everything and anything. Then again, I am on a server, so that could be why. Okay. Oh, we can. Can we close this out now? No, we cannot. I need to do something. Let's run a bunch of this. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh. It's interesting, y'all. It's an interesting life, y'all. Y'all should try living like me. Let me clear this out first so it can get out of my face. Whoops. All right. Okay, that looks clean. Okay, so we just did that. We did not get any results because we didn't have any results to get, because the only results that we got were, wrong getaway nets. Oh my gosh, what was the result again? It's net number or something. It's called net mask. Okay, now let's use the nmap command to request a TCP scan on our LAN looking for port. We already did that. MySQL scan, finally. Okay, and then reporting back with just the IP address that have the designated port open. Save your script file as MySQL scan advanced, remembering to give yourself execution. It's simple. Hold on. I think you moved fast. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, let's take a look at how we could use variables. Okay. Yeah, that's where we were. This is where we were. I had an error, so, but I didn't have. Maybe let me have one that's like, let me change my script to closed right? Let me change my script. Let me see if I change my script, it will give me different answer. Be right back again. So we're going to change the grep to, instead of open, we're going to use look for, that's close. Write out MySQL, and then let's run it. See? I was correct. None of them were open, so they were all closed. So that's why I could not get any result back. But no, just believe me. Just believe me. Just believe me. Believe me. I was able to get it to work. Okay, that's what's important. All right, we can go back. I know we learned how to kind of like delete like things such as your comments such as made and stuff, but like one of the things is that in Linux or in hacking, if you're lazy, you're gonna, yeah, a lot is gonna happen to your system and everything. Okay, now we know that it works, our script works, and nothing is wrong. We good. All right, as you can see, blah blah blah. Okay, improving my SQL scanner. Okay, looks like we can still improve it. I guess this time we're going to improve it so it could what is it? Scan the whole world. Okay, there we are. Okay, so now we want to adapt this script to make it applicable to more than just your own local network. This script would be much easier to use if you could prompt the user for the range of your IP addresses. I'm curious about something. All the possible all the possible sure. What were we trying to see again? Route? Not route, but like scan. My gosh. Ports. All the possible ports. Okay. TCP ports, common ports, data cheat sheets. Okay. Let's go down here. Port 119. Okay, echo. Port 7. Okay. All right. I just wanted to see something, system log. I just wanted to see like maybe I could scan for other ports, other than just the whatever TCP or what was the port that we 5,000 something 900 registered post. It was 5,560 session. No. For our port we were looking for 3,033.06. 3306. That was my SQL, HTTP proxy, my Doom, Xbox Live, Oracle Gaming, wow, NFS. Hey, okay, that's something. Yeah. OpenVPN. So service name, transport protocol description. Okay, so the register ports used by popular services: HTTP proxy, Oracle, MySQL, PostgreSQL, MongoDB, OpenVPN, UPnP 1119. I'm sure I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna create a script for that. To check for it. The most common ports for exams for the CCNA. Oh, I did not know that. Okay. I mean, I'm planning on taking the CCNA, so like, that's like in the future though. That's like in the future, cause like with my current knowledge right now, I'm nowhere near that. But gonna get over there, Okay, let's read. Okay, this script will be much easier to use if we could prompt the user for the range of IP address. Oh shit. Okay, now we want the script to make applicable to more than just your own local. This script will be much easier to use if we could prompt the user for the range of the IP addresses they wanted to scan and the ports to look for, and then use that input. Remember, you learn how to prompt the user and put their keywords input into a variable, adding functionality with variables and user input. I know. Okay, let's take a look at how you could use variables to make this script more flexible and efficient. Okay, I am an overthinker, so I tend to overthink a lot. So I've already overthink about all of this stuff, and there's probably like a simple way to do this, like a very very simple way to do this, but I overthink too much, which today, yeah, like it's not even, I don't even want to talk about it. Text editor into the script. Okay, let's go back into Nano again. Nano, my guy, I'm gonna be using you a lot, huh? All right, let's put in the scripts. Okay, shaboom /bin/bash. All right, we go. Echo. Hey, enter the starting IP address. Okay, read first IP, and then echo again. Enter the ending. Enter the last octet. Last octet IP. Okay, echo again. Enter the port number you want to scan for. Read port. Okay, and now in nmap. Okay, in nmap -st. Okay, that first IP minus, no, that's dash to last octet IP. All right, dash p, that's the oh yeah, I'm on chapter 8, page 89. That's where I'm at. Hey, welcome back, Mel. Or welcome. Ports. Okay, we got that. $, port number. Again, we send it to dev/do. That's where everything goes to die. And then that's OG. MySQL scan. Let's get you out of here real quick. All right. MySQL scan. Hooey. Okay, MySQL scan. Sure. I didn't write that in, did I? MySQL scan. All right. Okay. What's next? Let's not sink into the seats. Next is cat. Oh, okay. It's better if I just read it from here. Okay. Okay. Next up is cat. Shoot. 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 That's not where we are. That's not where we are. Okay, that's where we were. Okay. Then it's cat. My SQL scan. What's that? Pipe grep open. My SQL scan 2. All right. And then cat my SQL scan 2. Okay, just like last time. So this first, it's going to echo print out into the starting IP address, and then we get the first and then read IP address. That reads the IP address. It stores the variable, and then echo again into the last octet of the last IP address. Stores that into that last octet IP address, and then echo again for the port number that we want to scan for, and then we use our nmap what's it called, script or command, nmap-st. I need to know what that does. So we have the starting the starting IP and the last IP, and then we look for the port. We put in the port. It will we put in the what is it called? What are they called again? The variables for the ports. So whatever port we get from the user is what we put here, and then we send that to devdool. A lot of time that's where we send the output for this. We send it to devdool, and then from devdool we read it. I guess we assign devdool, and then to my scan, and then from my scan we take the output from my scan. We tunnel it. We pipe it, and then we filter it with the my gosh, my brain is frying right now. I'm at the end of my energy. Let me eat carrots. Need more energy. Okay, there. And then we filtered for only the outputs that says open. And then with that, we write it to scan2, and then we just output scan2 file. All right, we can now we will call this advanced scan.sh. All right, there we go. And then we can exit. All right. Oof. I believe it's. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're right. Advanced scan. That's sh. Yeah, it's that. It's /dev/do. I don't know how I did with my last script. I don't know if I put in, but it should be /dev. Yeah, it's /dev. It's /dev. Thank you. It's /dev. Those are the type of things that be like, you'll find yourself and you start asking yourself, why is it not working? Did I put do? Yeah, it's supposed to be null. not do. Oh my gosh. So many mistakes. Hold on. I better read this again. So many mistakes. Echo. Not even reach, it's read. I don't know why I keep on writing reach, really. I do not know why. Okay. Echo, read, read ports. Okay. And map, st, first IP, that's slash octet IP slash p. Okay. That's OG, that's MySQL scan, cat MySQL scan, grep open MySQL scan 2, cat MySQL. Man, at least I have someone who's what is it called again? I forgot. There's a fancy word for it, but someone who pays attention to something. Okay, all right. That's okay. So the first thing we need to do is replace the specified subnet IP, subnet with an IP address range. We'll create a variable called first IP and a second variable named last octet IP to create the range, as well as a variable named port for the port number. I'm just going to read this, and then we go next. For the port number. Okay, that's where I am. For the port number, the last octet is the last group of digits after the third period in the IP address. In the IP address, one blah 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 blah, blah that 101. The last octet is 101. Huh. Let it again. That's something to learn about networking. Whatever. That's something else that I'm also gonna be learning. I mean, I should know about them, but some things you just don't keep in your brain when you don't need it. Okay. We also need to prompt the user for these values. We can do this by using the echo command that we use in last listening to get a value for the first IP variable to the screen, asking the user for the IP address they want to scan. Upon seeing this prompt on his screen, the user will enter the first IP address, so we need to capture that input from the user. We can do this with the read command followed by the name of the variable we want to store the inputs in. Okay. This command will put the IP address into variable first, then we can use the. Okay, we'll do the same for the last octet and port variable prompt. Next, we need to edit the nmap command in our script to use the variable that we just created and filled to use the value stored in the variable. We simply preface the variable name with the $, as in port, for example. So we can scan a range of IP addresses, starting with the first user input IP through the second user input IP, and look for the particular part input port to determine what we can scan for. As before, we can scan the standard output to /dev/null. Then we send the output to a greppable format to a file we named MySQL scan. The next line remains the same as in our simple scanner. It outputs the content of the MySQL scan, pipe it to grep, where it's filtered for lines that includes the keyword open, and then sends that output to a new file named MySQL scan 2. Finally, display the content MySQL scan 2. If everything works as expected, this script will scan IP addresses from the first input address to the last input address, searching for the input ports. Okay. And then reporting back with just the IP addresses that have the designated port open. Save your script to MySQL scan advanced, remembering to give yourself executive permissions. Oh, okay. So we gotta do chmod 755 advanced scan.sh. Imagine we have to do this with every single like script and stuff. Like, that's too much. It will get to a point where, like, I'm sure there's a way to do this. I mean, if you log in as root, you're probably gonna have access to execute it anyway. But as a user, like, I'm sure we could kind of like do something. I'm sure something in the, like, in the settings, not settings, or just in the what is it called? I forgot, but I'm sure we could change some settings. I was thinking of changing the settings to the folder, so that I could have, like, so that anything that I have in the folder, I could be able to execute it without having to give myself the execution permission for every little script. Like, if I go back, for me, I created a scripts directory, so that's where I could put in all of the scripts. All of the scripts that we're creating is all gonna be in that directory, just to make it easier for myself. And these are the scripts that we have created. I wanna like read these certain ones, like the MySQL scan 2. I want to see like what outputs they have in that. But then again, last time I did it with my IP address, so I'm not gonna read that right now. But yeah. All right, so we can run that's advanced scan.sh. It's probably not going to give us anything. Well, it's going to ask us for that. So starting IP address would be 992.168. What was the IP address again? 168.181.0. We're starting from 000. So the last octet will be 101. Oh, no, not 101. It's 255. That's the last one. So it's 255-255-255. Except when it's an IPv6. Them things are crazy. Okay, list the ports we're looking for. I don't want to look for MySQL. Okay, I looked it up online, and it seems like there are other ports that we could try to look for. Compare those. What is that? IMAP, HTTPS. Let's do for that. They're probably gonna like return a bunch of stuff. Let's do that. 443. Let's go. Please don't have too much. I mean, there again, it's not my IP address, so it might just bring something else. But we can always change the script to filter for, where is it, like closed ports instead of the open ports. Run us for the open ports, and it's just gonna be like that. It's not gonna work. I don't think it will work. Oh, we got some spikes. We got some spikes in the. Okay, so it did not work. Well, I could change the IP address, but we got some spike here. In the. Where is that? Let me do something. Let me change something here. VM capture cursor. All right. We got some spikes up here. Why is it? Oh, okay. Anyways, as I was saying, we had some spikes up here, so that means like our script ran, but it probably didn't come back with the results that we wanted. So we can kind of like change it. What if we change it to like give us dark clothes, you know? Okay. Oh, I have to write in the IP address again. 198.161 was it? 168.181. Okay, 168.181.0. Objects 255 ports. Oh, port we're looking at for again. I forgot. We're looking for the HTTP 443. 443. Maybe I should change the IP. Hmm? What do you think, Mel? Should I change the IP that I put in? Maybe that will give us some good results. But I can for sure, say that the script is working, but it's just that the IP address that we're using. See. We see some spikes over here. We see some spikes. That means it did something. It did something. It did something. Yeah, it did something, but it ran. It searched for everything, but it just did not find any ports that were closed, any HTTPS ports that were closed. But I don't know if they have like a list of ports. Huh. Well, yeah, it connects. Like when you run the nmap, did I even write the nmap correctly? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. Let's move on. I can practice this later with my IP address. Not being on YouTube and everything. Okay. Ports TCP/MySQL. The script prompted the user for the first IP address, the last octet of the last IP addresses, and then the port to scan for. After collecting this info, the script performs the nmap scan and produces this report of all the IP addresses in a range that the specified port open. As you can see, even the simplest of scripting can create a powerful tool. Yes, sir. You learn even more about scripting in chapter 17. We're only on chapter 8. Oh my gosh. Oof. All right, common built-in bash commands. As promised, as promised, chapter gives you a list of all some useful commands built into bash. Okay. On that, return, execute shells command, exits current loop, break. Okay. I will probably take some of these. I will take some of these commands and just write them down on this big old board over here. So when I'm creating some script, I could remember. But I'm probably gonna delete them or erase them because I need to have some of those quick commands that you want to be doing every single time you open your Linux system, so that you can get used to using them all the time, and so you don't forget them. All right. FG brings the job to the foreground. Now we don't need that. Summary. Scripting is an essential skill for any hacker or system administrator. If it enables you to automate the task that would normally take hours of your time, and once the script is saved, it can be used over and over again. Bash scripting is the most basic form of scripting, and you will advance to Python scripting with even more capabilities in chapter 17. All right, we'll move on to chapter 9, creating your own greeting script. Already did. Create a script similar to MySQL scanners, find system MySQL SQL server, call it, no, use script to prompt use. My gosh, already did all that. Chapter 9. Oof. What chapter are you on, my guy? Oh my girl. What chapter are you on? I just got to chapter 9. Compression and archiving. Ooh, that's nice. especially for a VM, it's really important to know, compression and archiving files, because I'm not gonna put on a lot of what's it called? What's it called again? I forgot. I hate it when my brain is like this. But like, I'm not gonna put on a lot of storage on this VM. But yeah, we just finished chapter 8. I think it might be one of my favorites, or my favorite chapter so far. Out of all the other chapters, I probably like this one a lot more, because it deals with scripting, and there's something interesting that I like. And so files 10 chapter 10 is file system and storage device management. That's also a good chapter. uh, let's see what's on chapter 11. The logging system. Oh my gosh, looking at logs. What I heard is like, in the cybersecurity field, that's pretty much what they do, just looking at logs all day and stuff. And I'm like, dang. I mean, okay, let me just look at logs. But it's how you understand logs that's what matters. I've tried a lot to look at logs and see, especially on Windows, like try to see where everything went wrong, or where something went wrong. And a lot of time they're helpful, but other time this well a lot of time it's like you can understand what went off, what went wrong, but the log won't like tell you much for you to be able to like fix the issue. Because a lot of time, well, in my situation, a lot of times the issues were fixed by the you know rebooting. Just restart your computer and come back on, and everything is going to be good. Using and abusing services. Chapter 12. Okay, so finish chapter 8. Next one is gonna be chapter 9. Hopefully I will start the stream early, and will be able to cover chapter 9 and 10. I want to be like covering at least 2 chapters every single stream, so we could get this over with. Not over with, but advanced faster than we have. We find ourselves going over the same chapter over and over again, when we should be way over this. Yeah, so that's chapter 8. And thank you for joining me, and whoever else is going to join after the live stream. Sub, like, comment, not comments, just sub, like, and everything else. But I will see y'all in the next one. Again, it was the Linux basics for hackers. And next time we're doing chapter 10. Well, this thing just went to sleep. Chapter 10, here we come tomorrow. See y'all. I'm gonna get clickbaited. Or not clickbaited.